CD Projekt Red just put around 200 developers on a brand new expansion. Not a remaster, not a re-release, a full Blood and Wine size expansion for a game that came out in 2015. So here is the real question. Why would a studio do that in 2026? The Witcher 3 is getting a third expansion. It's called Song of the Past. And the story here isn't the what, it's the why. Here is John and welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about the new expansion of The Witcher 3. Let's set the table. Back in May, CD Projekt announced it, and they didn't even mean to do it that day. Their own store put the announcements live early and spoiled it, so they just rolled with it. Here is what we actually know. It's a third expansion for The Witcher 3. It's being built with the studio called Full Story, a team full of people who worked on the original Witcher 3, and the same team remaking the very first Witcher game. Geralt is back, not Ciri, Geralt, and it lands in 2027. Now, CDPR doesn't call this DLC. To them, DLC is the small stuff they give it away for free. This is the expansion. Their co-CEO said the scope is a bit closer to Blood and Wine. If you played the Blood and Wine, you know what that means. That was 30 hours. That was almost a full game on its own. It won the best RPG at the Game Awards, beating brand new titles. So sit with that for a second, a 30 hours expansion, around 200 developers, for an 11 years old game. That's the conflict, because in 2026, everyone in this industry will tell you the money is in the next thing, the new engine, the new game. So why go back? Well, here is the answer, and honestly, CDPR said that out loud. Their co-CEO called this expansion in a way a prologue to The Witcher 4. That's the whole thing right there. Witcher 4 starts Ciri. Song of the Past is Geralt's send-off. It's a bridge, you give Geralt one last proper story, and on the way you set the stage for the game where you stop being Geralt. And here is the part I find wild. Someone called this before CDPR announced anything. Back in December 2025, a Polish market analyst, I will spare you the name, put out a report. He said paid Witcher 3 expansion was coming, and that his whole job was to kick off the marketing campaign for Witcher 4. His numbers, 11 million copies, $30 each, on a production budget of around $14.5 million. That analyst got part of it wrong. He said the expansion would drop in May 2026. It didn't. It's 2027. CDPR pushed it. So don't treat his number as gospel. That's $30 price, I'm not sure. Not confirmed by CDPR. That's his estimate, not a fact. But the strategy read, he nailed that months early. Real quick, if you want honest breakdowns like this instead of hype, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps a small channel. Okay, let's go back to the topic now. Because look at the math from CDPR side. The Witcher 3 has now sold 65 million copies. 65 million. Even if a small slice of those people buy a $30 expansion, that is enormous money at expansion margins, and it drops Witcher right back into the conversation, years before Witcher 4 even is out. That's not nostalgia, that's a machine, and this is the flip side of something I have covered before. Most studios handle their old beloved games badly. They either milk them or wreck them. CDPR is the rare one doing the opposite, treating a legacy game like a living asset without cheapening it. Now there is a big question why fans are nervous. But here is the part that actually has fans on the edge, and it's not the money. Witcher 4 starts Ciri as a full Witcher. We saw it in the reveal trailer back at the Game Award. She's hunting monsters. Villagers are calling her a Witcher. She's even carrying a School of the Cat medallion. If you played Witcher 3, you know what that means. Witcher 3 had 3 big endings for Ciri. She dies, she becomes Empress of Nilfgaard, or she becomes a Witcher. and Witcher 4 is quietly picking one. And somehow that's a Witcher ending. So for a lot of players the fear is simple, it's about my ending. The one I earned, the choice I made might just get written off, especially the people who made City Empress. Now in fairness, CDPR has pushed back on this. The lore designer said Witcher 4 won't break any canon or even offend any canon. They are trying to treat the needle, but my question is how she became a Witcher in the end. But here is where the Song of the Past comes in. This is Geralt's story, set right before the hands of to Ciri. So the theory is that this expansion could be where the CDPR quietly make it official, where the bridge decide which version of the story is the real one. That's not confirmed, CDPR has said anything, but that's the main reason why people are nervous now. Now let me give you the other side because I'm not going to sell a theory as a fact. Maybe this is simpler than genius master plan. Blood and Wine already gave Geralt a beautiful ending. Maybe CDPR just wants to give him one more, and the Witcher 4 bridge is partly a nice way to sell it. Both things can be true. So when do we actually find out? August 25th, Gamescom's opening night live. That's the first real showcase. This thing was announced back in May, but August is when CDPR shows their hand. Gameplay, maybe the setting, that's the one to watch. So back to the question at the top. Why build a 30 hours expansion for an 11 years old game? Because it isn't really about the 11 years old game, it's the opening move to the next one. Tell me what you think in the comment. We are going to find out more about this expansion in August. And if you want these kind of videos, you know where to subscribe to. Thanks for watching. See you next time.